Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive. This is the experimental version of the game, and we're going to go straight to Brutal Slope. Now, we're using the experimental version of the game because there's been some improvements with the way friction is done, and it might get a different result for what we're doing if we were in the old version versus the new one. But the new one is what the game will be more like in the future, so that's why we're going there. Now, what are we even talking about? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Brutal Slope and not crash a car. Not crash a car? WhyBeAre, are you crazy? No, you go here, and you just make the car become itty-bitty tiny bits. No, that's not what we're doing this time. We're going to do the opposite. Instead of going down Brutal Slope, okay, we'll do it one time because we have to get to the bottom somehow. But after we get to the bottom one time, we're going to try going up Brutal Slope because I've had quite a few people saying we should try going up Brutal Slope. So we're going to go ahead and try doing that. And I really don't know what characteristics will be best for this, so I just kind of grabbed a couple of random cars that have lots of power. And I'm hoping at least one of them will be able to make it up the slope. And apparently slope is an offensive term, you know, it's one of those things where I never even think about it. To me, when I say slope, I just mean, look, this is slope. This is a slope. It is a very big hill, so it's a slope. I mean, it's like, that's not offensive to me. It's just a normal noun. I don't know. Anyways, did you know you can measure the angle of the slope, though? You could actually go up to the slope and just say, I want to measure the angle. So you pull out, like, the angle tester. You say, what is the angle of this thing? You have to rotate it around and stuff to actually do it. But you could eventually, if you really, really wanted to, use that to measure the angle of it. I don't care enough to do that, but I just wanted to show you that you could do that if you really wanted to. So anyways, like I said, I just got a bunch of kind of random modded cars, plus the stock cars, and we're going to try going up the slope. Now, for transmissions, there's a possibility some of the vehicles I show could make it up the hill if the transmission was being used in manual mode. But for this, we're using automatic for everything. We're going to start way back here just to give the car some room to like pick up some speed, and then we're just going to see what happens. And now the reason, like I said, I'm using the experimental version is it has better physics for doing something like this. That's why we're doing it. The way the friction is calculated and all that, it's better in this version, so that's why we're using this one. So the first thing is just a normal truck. A normal D-Series off-road edition, I should say. Off-road edition, because this one probably has the highest likelihood of being able to make it, but it does not seem like it is going well. The transmission is struggling to find a gear, and it is, and again, you could probably say you could probably get farther if you were to, you know, be careful with the throttle, but that's not the point. The point is max throttle, and automatic. How high can you get? So that's as far as we're going to get. Not quite to the, like, basically in between the tube and the ramp. So next up, let's try the T-Series. I don't think this thing will get anywhere. Like, I think this thing will get like 10 feet up the hill and be like, I'm done. And it'll just fall back down because it weighs literally tons. It goes, I think we said it weighed like 7 tons. So yeah, all 35 miles per hour of momentum is going to be gone before you know it. Look, it's just going to, oh, yep, we're already slowing down. Oh yeah, that's not going to happen. No way, no how. We had to try it though, you know. So since we did something with lots of wheels, let's use another thing with lots of wheels, which is a 6x6. And thankfully this works in the experimental version. This is actually, I never tested it, so I'm like, whoa, it worked. It didn't crash. We'll make it in yellow, just to give it some color. And let's see if this one has a chance. It might have a better chance because it has more tires. You know, usually more tires is better. Usually. I mean, it depends what you're doing. If you're trying to climb a hill, maybe. But maybe not. We'll find out. Might just add more weight, and more weight is bad, and that thing didn't do much better at all than the big rig. So that did not go anything like what I planned. So if weight is so important, let's see if we tried, like, I'm pretty much done with stock cars here, because most of the stock cars wouldn't probably be able to make it. Well, maybe the Pigeon, like, if weight is so important, maybe the Pigeon could make it just because it weighs so little. Like I said, I'm not sure what the most important variable would be for climbing the hill. That's why I just have a kind of a strange collection of cars. But what if it's weight? What if the Pigeon of all vehicles could make it up because it weighs so little? That would be really unexpected. I honestly don't think that would be true, and yes, it is not true. But I had to check. So let's use something that's like the Pigeon, but slightly different, the Kiwi. We're going to use this off-road edition of it because I would think it would have better traction, and it's like the Pigeon. It's a real tiny microcar, but this one has 4 wheels. And I believe all-wheel drive, I think. So that might help it up a bit. And oh my goodness, it is moving up this thing. Question is, can it make it all the way? It's moving up the hill though, that is for sure. But it is losing momentum over time. So it might not make it. It'll get farther than anything else we've seen probably. But I don't know if it'll make it. And again, I probably could get it to go farther if I wasn't just using automatic transmission, but that's not the point. The point is to test the transmission too. So let's see, how far are we getting? We getting up past the tube. We're still moving, only at 26, 25 miles per hour. We're starting to go crooked. We do not want to go crooked. Yeah, going crooked probably could get you up going farther again, but not the point. We want to go straight as we can, and this thing is struggling to go straight. It's really slowing down. It's not going to make it, is it? Good try, though, by the little Kiwi, man. He got up that hill. He got up. I can't go anymore. He was starting to lose power, and now he's done. Not bad, little Kiwi. Alright, so obviously lightweight does help a lot. So what if we tried the Lancer Evolution? That thing doesn't weigh a lot, and we'll use the gravel version. I bet those gravel tires would probably help a lot in such a situation, don't you think? Alright, Lancer Evolution, here we go. I think this one will make it all the way. I just have a feeling this one's going to be great for it. Alright, so it looks good, looking solid so far. Question is, what will the transmission do? Will the transmission screw it over, what seemed to happen to the Kiwi, or is it gonna... Ooh! This thing has traction still, it looks like. It's actually accelerating up the hill. If that's the case, and it's not just spinning its wheels, this thing should actually make it all the way. We'll just have to see what happens, but from what I'm seeing, I think it's actually gonna make it. Look at that. Yeah, it's gaining speed going up the hill. The hill that's at a really steep angle, it's gaining speed on it. Like I said, I could have measured it with my little protractor, but I'm not going to bother. It's like one of those things where it's so pointless. Like, let me measure this hill with my protractor right here. Yes, according to my protractor, this angle, I don't care. It's steep. That's what I need to know. It's steep. It's very steep, and actually being able to climb it is quite a feat, considering none of the other vehicles I've tried so far made it. So, conclusion basically is rally cars are the ideal vehicle to climb it. Now what I want to do though after this, I want to test it with the other wheels. I want to see how big of a difference having gravel wheels on it makes. I'm just curious, will that make a significant difference? And we are just working our way up. I mean, look, we're not stopping. We're at a nice constant 40 miles per hour the whole way, making it up. We're going to get to the very tip top, no problem at all. You just gotta give it a second to get there, and we are happy. Alright, can I get through that last little steeperness? That thing looks really steep. Like, even more steep. Come on! Oh, made it! That's it! That's good! Lancer Evolution! First car to make it! Alright, not bad. So now I want to try it with the other tires, or wheels, I should say. Oh, well, I can't change it to the... I have to do it like this, I guess. There we go. Different car. Maybe it doesn't have a not gravel tires, and I was mistaken. Because right here it says default, but I think that one still might have gravel tires on it. Wheels, tires, whatever. Let me check. Wheels. There's tarmac tires you can put on, but they're not on right now, so we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. And I want to see how big of a difference that makes. Like, is it the wheels that makes a difference? Let's find out. Using tarmac ones, we are going to try the same thing and see. Alright, so with the tarmac ones, we're losing speed, but once we get to the downshift, I think we'll be able to get some speed. Oh, look, we're still losing speed, though. We're still losing speed. We're not going nearly as fast as we did when we had and we're stopping. So wheels are huge. I mean, wheels are huge in this test, because we just put a different pair of wheels on this car, and it's struggling. Like, it reads a high speed, but that's just because the wheels are spinning and the car's not moving. It might make it up still like this, but that just shows, man, wheels are important here. Because with the wrong wheels, we're making it really a struggle here. I mean, like I said, it might make it like this, but we already know it can make it the other way, so we're not going to worry about that. We just know that wheels are important. So if we have the option for a different set of wheels, we'll put them on. Like the Impreza, there is a possibility it might have a different option, so let's go ahead and take a check. It does have rally wheels, so we'll put those on. But first, let's get a nice color for the car, because this is a black color. Let's get just because it's, kind of crazy. Why would you have a red Impreza? You're supposed to have it in blue. I know, that's the point. A blue Subaru Impreza 22B. I don't even think is how it should look, Then we put it in red, because I can, One of those things was like, have I ever seen a red one of those? Ever, really? No. So that's why I made it red. Alright, so with the rally wheels on it, I would assume that would help it a lot. And let's see. I mean, this isn't a fair comparison between the two cars, mind you. Now, one of them is like a legitimate, this is a rally car. This one's a stock car with a roll cage and maybe some upgrades, you know? It's by no means a comparable vehicle, so this is not going to be like, oh, Lancer's way better than the Impreza. It's like a racing car is way better than a street car. No, really? You think? You know, it's like, of course it's going to be better. But it's not going quite as fast as the Impreza was, but it looks like it's for the most part maintaining its speed. Maybe it's losing it a little bit. We gotta watch this one through. I really don't know if it'll make it. It is losing speed, but it's not losing it at a very high rate of it. Like, I mean, it's not losing speed at a high rate of speed. How confusing is that, right? It's still maintaining momentum is all I'm saying, and I think it might be okay. And I am trying to keep the car straight as good as I can, so hopefully that helps a little bit. Look at the interior, you know, give us something to look at while we wait, you know. Ooh, look at the little buttons. Look at that, they got buttons all the way in the passenger seat, man. That's a ton of buttons. What if you're the driver and you're like, let me reach across my car and try to hit that button? That must be inconvenient. Well, I guess it's no worse than having windy windows on both sides, so you gotta lean over and try to wind that down while you're driving. And I used to do that, so I guess it's not that bad. Well, anyways, we're making it up this hill, no problem. It is gotten a stable speed, and it is good to go. So the wheels are huge. These rally wheels or gravel wheels, whatever you want to call them, they are key for making it up this hill. And I figure since we're like 90% of the way already, even though I know to make it, let's just make it just so the Impreza can get its time to shine, you know? Yep, I mean, we're good. We're solid. Oh goodness, what's going on? The transmission is starting to make it difficult on itself. It's all shifting and stuff right now. It's like, you almost made it. What are you doing? Just stay in second. Just stay in second. Uh-oh. When it goes into third, that's when things get a little hairy, it seems like. You get too low of an RPM. Right here. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Downshift. Oh, that's all the transmission's fault. If we were in second as we went into that, we would have been fine. But like I said, part of the test is the transmission. If the transmission is going to be like, it's time to upshift now, when he shouldn't have upshifted, that's part of the test. And I am so sad that the transmission was able to ruin this car. It was doing so good, too. Alright, so we got a few other just random cars. We could try the Scarab. Now this one, it shouldn't be a problem. This thing is like, oh, it doesn't work in the, oh, blah, what am I doing? That is the one that didn't work. I knew there was something like, oh, that doesn't work in this version. I forgot what it was. And I was going to remove it. And then I didn't. Oopsie. Yeah, that doesn't work. I think the Polo doesn't work either, too, right? Oh, no, it does work. Okay, good. Polo works. All right, let's make sure we have the right configuration to make it have the fair chance, you know, the best chance possible. This way we want to have every car have the... Oh, goodness, did I hit stripped? You're not a stripper. You're just a happy rally car. Please, don't grow up to be a stripper, little Polo. I don't know how I would feel as a parent. I'm not a parent, though. So I wouldn't care, actually. Just don't, you know, I don't know where I'm going with this at all. Like, I'm just like, this car is a stripper because it has a strip version. Why not? Every car is a strip version, though, so they're all strippers. Everybody strips down when they change clothes. Everybody's a stripper. You're a stripper. Unless you've been wearing the same clothes your whole life. That's kind of weird, you know. You're supposed to change your clothes, you know, frequently. You know, back in the 1800s or whatever, they changed their clothes like for every meal. Oh, I'm gonna go to lunch, let me change my clothes. Oh, I'm gonna go outside, let me change my clothes. Oh, I'm gonna go to the store, let me change my clothes. Okay, I'm gonna go sit down for dinner, let me change my clothes. I'm gonna go to bed now, let me change my clothes. And I'm talking legit. That's how they used to do it. Maybe not 1800s, I don't know what year it was. But man, I know the rich people, I should say, the rich people used to do that kind of stuff. Just anything they do, let me change my clothes first. Got a special set of clothes for anything, you know. You know, they're gonna be like, let me play tennis, let me change my clothes, then they're gonna go play like croquet or something. Let me change my clothes from my tennis clothes to my croquet clothes. Like, you got clothes for tennis and croquet, separate pairs of clothes. Yup. Crazy rich people from the 1800s, 1900s, whenever. Like I said, I honestly don't know what year that was from. I just remember like reading something about that where it's like they would change their clothes all the dang time. So it's like, change the clothes. They just wanted to be a stripper. Anyways, as I'm talking about clothes this whole time, the Polo's just been doing an amazing effort to get up this hill. I think it's even traveling slightly faster than the Lancer Evolution was, so that's pretty impressive. Now the question is the transmission going to screw it over on getting over that hump? Here's the hump. The big problem for the Impreza. How will it handle it? Come on! Oh, not a problem at all. So that's another success. And then I had one more car that was just my backup. Just in case any other car couldn't make it, my backup was the drag pickup. Because it'll make it. I guarantee you it'll make it. It'll make it in record time. All you have to do is yell power as you do it. Look at that. 110 and it's accelerating. Like, I don't care. I don't care about gravity. Look at that. 150. It's like, it doesn't even care. Like, what? This is you call this a slope? Please. But that was like my just in case car. If no other car can make it, we'll use the drag pickup. But the other one made it. I'm proud of them. The drag pickup made it real fast. Look at that. Look at, we're already here. We went so fast, we're just flying off the map now. Alright, since we're doing this test already, let's, just for fun, let's make it hard for the pickup. How about we said, let's do it on, like, Jupiter. I'm thinking the higher gravity should make it harder, because you're mostly fighting the force of gravity, I would think. I don't know, actually. I mean, for some vehicles, it might give them more traction, maybe, and it might, well, no, for this one, it's actually making it harder. And even with all of its amazing power, the drag pickup may not be able to fight this one. The speedometer is not looking good. Nope. Drag pickup can't do it on Jupiter. That means nothing can. So yeah, that is going up Brutal Slope instead of down it. How weird is that? Until next time then, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya. Hey, let's make a cool thumbnail. I don't know, I just had a random idea. Let's make a cool thumbnail. All we're gonna do is just plop a bunch of the cars we use on the bottom of the hill and we use that as a thumbnail. If you're still watching, you get to see me make a thumbnail. I don't know, I just feel like, I just had a random thought, you know. All the thumbnails for this will look kind of boring, you know. It's just gonna be one car going up a hill. But if we had 5 cars going up a hill, that would look a lot more interesting. So that's what we're doing. Thanks, let's go and spawn 5 cars right now, or whatever we're gonna use. I mean, I don't know if anybody's gonna be watching anymore. I forget. Why not record it? Just so it's like, so people don't say, "Hey, you never had all those cars there on at once." Ah, see, I did. It was just after I said bye. Then I lined up all the cars. What are you doing way over here? Why are they still rolling? I thought I put their parking brakes on. I don't know. I guess not. Parking brake. We'll put it partially up the hill, then parking brake on. This one will get a nice, fancy, you know, we'll do the Impreza. We'll make it blue, though, you know. For the thumbnail, you gotta have that blue Impreza, man. That actually looks really close to the Impreza blue, you know. It's actually nice. That's actually a nice color right there. So next we get the Polo. I'm gonna just park it up there next to him. I wonder if we can squeeze it in between. Polo wants to sit here. Oh, excuse me. I think we only have 4 cars. Whoops. Oh, no, there's a 5th one. The next one, we can put the 6x6, because that looks pretty cool, and we use that. Where is the 6x6? Somewhere. There it is. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Subaru. So that way nobody says I just grabbed a thumbnail from, like, who knows where. Alright, now let's line up the camera. Like, I'm going all overboard with this thumbnail for no real reason. This was like, why not? Let's see if we line it up like, let's see, something like this, you know? You can see, like, those are race cars, that's an Impreza, and that has 6 wheels, and they're going up the cliff. That's like a perfect thumbnail. Oh, I gotta line it up, though, so it doesn't have the, gauges and stuff. There we go. Perfect thumbnail right here. Just that's gonna be the thumbnail unless I forget. That'll be really funny, won't it? I forget to put the thumbnail in, and then I'm just talking about thumbnails like WhyBeAre. That doesn't match at all. It just has the automatic YouTube thumb. You forgot to Whoops. This is probably what's gonna happen. Anyways, if you watch me set up the thumbnail, I don't know why you did that, but like I said, it's just there so nobody can say I just pulled a random picture from nowhere. I made that picture, man. Alright, I'll see ya.